Allie Beth Stuckey is the host of a very popular podcast. She joins us tonight to respond to all this. Does Christmas seem as fun as it used to?
No, it doesn't. And I was just thinking as you guys were talking, how in the world did I survive my childhood years without my parents sitting me down and talking to me about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I don't know how any of us survived without all of these liberal Sherpas and these woke warriors telling us how we should be offended and how we're actually oppressed by Christmas movies. I just had no idea.
I wonder why the rest of us play along with this. We're kind of complicit in the destruction of the culture that we grew up in when we take it serious. So in HuffPo, which is obviously a ludicrous website, but I wonder when they run a piece like this, if the rest of us pay any attention at all, and I'm guilty of this as well, if we're not sort of giving it weight and legitimacy, and maybe the best is just to totally ignore it and celebrate Christmas as we always have and pretend that these people, these deeply unhappy people mad at their parents, don't exist.
I don't know. I think it's good to kind of shake them out of their echo chambers a little bit and just remind them that everything you're saying is absolutely absurd. This has become kind of like a sardonic sport, I think, on the left. It's almost a competition to see who can say the most absurd, the most progressive thing about things that have otherwise been innocuous for decades. So I do think it's important that conservatives at least weigh in a little bit and say, okay, let's talk about this factually.
You don't think that that they're kind of trolling us in the end? I mean, they're trying. No, I sometimes feel like maybe it's too easy to get a rise out of me. And it's better just to laugh at them and say, you know, go back to your sad dystopia in Brooklyn and argue amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not participating in this.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I think that we do need to weigh in on these conversations because if we let them slide, they do slip into the mainstream. I wish that they were trolling us. This is why it's so hard to parody the left. It's why it's so hard to have satire of the left because the things they say sound like satire. And I do think that we need to call that out for fear that this will become normal.
Huh. Do you think that 10 years from now, people will be free to use the term snowman?
Oh, no, it's already snow person. Haven't you heard it's gingerbread person? Yeah, gingerbread person. Come on, Tucker, you're behind the woke times.
My producer just said in my ear, snowfolk? Have you heard of this?
Snowfolk. I can't even say that. Snowfolk. I can't say it. I'll have to work on that one.
I'm not playing along. The mailman brings Christmas cards with snowmen on them. That's the world that I live in. Oh, man,
you're going to get censored.
And I'm not changing. Allie Beth Stuckey, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tucker.